that many artifacts left in Griffintown. The building that stands out most in my mind is St. Anne's Church. That was the heart of Griffintown. I started to sing in that church in 1939 as a boy of 6 years of age. There was a picture in St. Anne's Church of the Mother of Perpetual Help. A lot of people went there and they felt that a little miracle happened. We were all brought to church and baptized at St. Anne's Church, had our first communion. A lot of the people were married in that church. I sang there as a choir boy from 1939 for many, many years. And I sang at all the funerals and weddings and all the activities that went on. A building is simply a building. It's stone, it's mortar and metal and glass and bells and all the rest of it. That's all it is. What transpires inside that building that makes that building special? What made it special? It was the people's, normally, place where they went to rejuvenate themselves. The church was pulled down in 1970. That was the end, almost. The beating heart, that was that church, stopped beating. The buildings in Griffintown back in the 1800s when they were built. The buildings are put up, but they could have lateral sway. They weren't all that stable. Most of the buildings in Griffintown, when they were built, had no basements. Our house on the corner of Young and William, most of Griffintown, my recollection as a child, were these row houses. First floor, small families. Second and third floor, large families. The Atwater Market, or the market down near City Hall, on a Saturday, and the farmers would dump their produce when they went back to their farms. So they would have fresh fruit and vegetables when they came on Monday. But we would go there with potato bags and we'd fill up all the stuff that was lying around. We'd bring it home, and my mother would make stew out of it, or if it was potatoes and turnips and carrots, they would keep for a while. So they would last a little while. And people started to disappear from Griffintown. There are, of the people that I grew up with in Griffintown, none are left there.
It's easy to see that. You can go to other cities and see where they've taken a neighborhood away and replaced with the buildings you dislike so much, right? High-rises. And they were pushing this project as a residential for family project. I don't see, you know, there's a bunch of condos just north of us called Terrace Windsor, and I'm not sure how many hundreds or thousands of people live there. But I go up there now and then because there's some shops around there and the grocery store, and I don't get the sense that there's a community there. And instead, their ideas of green space are concrete public squares and what I hear referred to as green band-aids around high-rises. The space we're in is expressed, the way we relate to the space and express about it and the poet is referring to elements of the architecture, to elements of the building, whether it be the dark corner in the room or the spider webs on the ceiling, and he's exploring that relationship between how we relate to our home, to our building, and how that is connected to how we relate to ourselves. Right. This notion of our body as a house. That you're accustomed to seeing and dealing with on a regular basis in a different way. Mm-hmm. And I think without some constraints, it's actually hard to be creative, because where do you stop? You need to know where the walls are. Right. What is the significance of the place? There is none. We're taking that away by making everything uniform. We could have skating on the Lachine Canal. Right. That wouldn't cost very much. There's so much already here. Let's not throw it in the garbage. Let's recycle. Okay. It's the modern ethos. Let's recycle. Let's take what we already have and use it to make something new and better and integrate it.